everybody, today's video is all about number facts. We're going to look at number facts to 10, which we want the children to be really fluent in, and also how numbers to 10 can also help you with addition and subtraction of lots of other numbers that are much bigger. So the first thing I'm going to show you is that we use a resource at school called a 10 frame, among lots of other ones, but this is the one that I wanted to show you today. As this one can be quite easily made at home with a little, you could either draw a grid or print one off and laminate and use some little objects or counters on to help you. So here I would put a story along with this to help the children to understand the concept. So here I've got 10 spots on my 10 frame, but I could say that these are 10 rotten apples. So here I've got 10 rotten apples, but how many good apples have I got? I've got no good apples. So 10 bad apples add 0 good apples still equals 10 apples. So then I would write that down on my board. So 10 add 0 equals 10. I'll put that on there like that. So the next one that we would do is I'd now turn one of these over, and on the other side it's red. So I'd say to them, we can still see all these blue ones here. So how many bad apples have we got? We've now got 9. We've got 9 bad apples, that's that part, but we've now got a good apple, 1 good apple. So 9 and 1 good apple equals 10 as well. So we'd write that down on the board. So 9 plus 1 equals 10. And then you can talk to the children about what do you think will happen if we turn over another one? How many bad apples will we have? How many good apples will we have? So if we turn it over, how many bad apples have we got? We can see we've now got 8 bad apples, but we've got 2 good apples. So 8 add 2 equals 10 apples altogether. Add 2 equals 10 as well. So now we've found 1, 2, 3 different ways of making 10. And then going to turn over another one. So how many bad apples have we got now? We've now got 7 bad apples and we've got 3 good apples, but altogether we've got 10 apples. So 7 add 3 also equals 10. So write that down on here. 7 add 3 equals 10. Okay, right, so then the next thing I would do is turn over another one on here. So now I've got 6 bad apples and I've got 4 good apples. So 6 apples and 4 apples makes 10 apples altogether. Put that on here, so 6 add 4 equals 10. And then we turn over another one. So what have we got now, children? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bad apples, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good apples. So 5 add 5 equals 10 apples altogether. Put that on there. And now we can start to look at the pattern that's making there. I'd say to the children, what do you notice? What's happening to the numbers? And then as they look, they can see that here the numbers are getting 1 less each time, and on this side the numbers are getting one bigger, 1 more. So here we started off with 10 bad apples, but each time when we turn one over we got 1 more good apple, and that meant we had 1 less bad apple, and that's what's formed this pattern of different ways of making 10. The children can then use that pattern to continue what they were doing. So now it would be 4 add 6 equals 10, and 3 add 7 equals 10, 2 add 8 equals 10. And then we would encourage the children to see that actually these sums here are exactly the same as here, just the other way round. From that, once the children have explored all the ways of making 10, we would then start to look at how that could help them to discover facts of bigger numbers. And so 20, they're facts to 20, which we also want the children to be really fluent with, is we would use the 10 frame again to show them how, if they know the number bonds to 10, that's going to really, really help them with their number bonds to 20, and will make them efficient at doing this. So just turn these back over. Right, so we've now got our 10 again. So we'd remind the children that 10 add 0 equals 10. So how could we use that to help us to work out our number facts for 20? So first of all, we need to make 20. So how would we make 20? If we've got 10 on our 10 frame, what could we do? Well, we could add another 10 frame, because we know that 10 add 10 makes 20. So we've got our 20 here. So if we knew that 10 add 0 was 10, then we now know that 20 add 0 equals 20. So I'm going to put that on here. Just squash this in, I think, to make it fit. There we go. So 20 add 0 equals 20, because we know that 10 add 0 equals 10. All we've done is added another 10 onto our 10 frame. So here we go. So then what I would do is turn over the 1. So we can see that we already knew that 1 add 9 was 10. And then what we've done is, to make sure that we've got 20, we've just added another 10 on. So we've got 9 and 10, which is 19. So 19 bad apples and 1 good apple is going to make 20. So because we know that 9 add 1 equals 10, we know that 19 add 1 equals 20. So if we take our 20 frame again, I'll turn another one over. Okay, so we can see that the 2 good apples and the 8 bad apples makes 10. But how does that help us with 20? Well, we know we've just got another 10 added onto our 10 frame to make sure we've got 20 altogether. So if 2 add 8 is 10, then 2 add 8 and 10 more is going to be 2 and 18. 2 and 18 equals 20. So I'm going to write that down on here. Using the 10 frame, I think, really makes this clear to children, and they can see here already that 9 add 1 equals 10, and then here you've got 19 add 1 equals 20, that they can see that here there was no 10, but here there is now an extra 10, and that's all it is. All you have to do is add a 10. So let me do the next one. So turn it over. Now we've already discovered that 7 bad apples and 3 good apples makes 10 altogether, but then because we've got 20, we've got this whole other 10. So 10 and 7 is 17. 17 bad apples and 3 good apples makes 20, because we know that 7 add 3 equals 10. So I'm going to write that on there. 17 add 3 equals 20. So I'm going to stop there so I don't do all the work for you. But I would now like the children, I challenge them to find all the ways of making 10, and then using those ways of making 10 to make 20. If you can do that, then maybe you could have a go at seeing how the number bonds to 10 help you to find all the ways of making 20 and 30 and 40, maybe even 100 if you wanted to. I would really love it if you posted those on the dojo for me to see, and I may give you dojos to reward you for your super hard investigating. Bye bye everybody.